The room fell silent as Ambassador Chen Wei walked into the great hall of the Zaxari Empire. The walls were tall and made of shiny blue stone. Lights hung from the high ceiling, making the room glow with a soft blue light. Chen looked small next to the aliens in the room. The Zaxari were tall with scaly skin that changed colors when they felt strong feelings. Chen was the only human in a room full of aliens. He wore a simple black suit with the Earth symbol on his chest. His face showed no fear, even as the 17 alien diplomats stared at him. Some looked angry. Others looked afraid. At the front of the room sat Grand Emperor Zax Tull on a throne made of clear crystal. He was the biggest Zaxari in the room. His scales were dark green with spots of gold. His 6 fingers tapped on the arm of his throne as he watched Chen walk closer. "You asked to speak to the Grand Council," Emperor Zax Tull said. His voice was deep and rough. A small machine near his mouth translated his clicks and hisses into words humans could understand. "Speak now, human." Chen took a deep breath. His hands were steady at his sides. 3 days ago, your ships attacked our colony on New Horizon. 10,000 human men, women, and children died. The Emperor's scales turned a brighter green. That world was in Zaxari space. "That is a lie," Chen said. His voice was calm but strong. "New Horizon was given to Earth in the peace treaty you signed 5 years ago." "Treaties change," the Emperor said with a wave of his large hand. "The Zaxari Empire needs that world. Its metals and minerals will help our empire grow." Chen took 1 step closer to the throne. The guards on each side raised their weapons, but Chen did not look at them. "I am here with a message from Earth," Chen said. "We do not want war. We have tried to live in peace since we met your people, but you have chosen violence." A tall diplomat with blue scales spoke up. "Your colonies are weak. Your ships are few. Earth has been in space for less than 100 years. The Zaxari Empire has ruled for over 300 years. You cannot win a fight against us." Murmurs of agreement filled the room. The Emperor's mouth turned up in what looked like a smile. Chen did not smile back. "You mistake our kindness for weakness. You think because we did not build many warships that we cannot fight. You are wrong." He pulled a small round device from his pocket and placed it on the floor. A picture appeared in the air above it. It showed a Zaxari ship floating dead in space. "This was one of the ships that attacked our colony," Chen said. "Do you know what happened to it?" The room grew quiet again. The Emperor leaned forward. "Your ship was destroyed by a single human defense vessel," Chen continued. "A ship you thought was just for science and study. We have never shown you our real strength. We hoped we would never need to." Another alien with red scales and 4 eyes stepped forward. "Are you threatening the mighty Zaxari Empire, human?" Chen looked straight at the Emperor. "This is not a threat. This is a choice. Pull your ships back from all human worlds in the next 48 hours. Return the bodies of our dead. Pay for what was destroyed." "And if we refuse?" the Emperor asked. His voice was soft but dangerous. "Then I am ordered to tell you that Earth declares total war on the Zaxari Empire," Chen said. The words hung in the air like a physical thing. "We will not stop until the empire that killed our people is no more." The Emperor stood up. He was almost 9 feet tall now. His scales turned bright red with anger. "You dare to come here and speak of war? I could have you killed where you stand." Chen did not back away. "Kill me, and war begins now instead of in 48 hours. The choice is yours, Emperor." With that, Chen turned his back on the Emperor and walked toward the door. The room exploded with angry voices, but no one stopped him. No one dared. Chen Wei walked out of the great hall with his back straight. Only when the big doors closed behind him did he let out a long breath. A young woman waited for him in the hall. She wore the same black suit with Earth's symbol. Her name was Lin Mei, his helper. "How did it go?" Lin asked in a quiet voice. "Just as we thought it would," Chen said. "The Emperor will not back down. His pride is too big. They walked quickly through the shiny halls of the Zaxxeri palace. Alien guards watched them with cold eyes. Their hands stayed close to their weapons. "Is our ship ready?" Chen asked. Lin nodded. "Captain Rogers has the engines running. We can leave as soon as we get to the landing pad." As they turned a corner, 3 Zaxxeri stepped in front of them. These were not guards. They wore the fancy clothes of royal advisors. The one in the middle had purple scales with gold rings on all 6 fingers. "Ambassador Chen," the purple Zaxxeri said with a small bow. "I am Advisor Zintek. The Emperor wishes to speak with you one more time. Alone." Chen looked at Lin. She shook her head slightly. It could be a trap. "I have said all I came to say," Chen told the advisor. "The Emperor has 48 hours to decide." Zintek's scales rippled with blue color. "Please, what you ask is hard for the Emperor to do in front of his council. But alone, perhaps." Chen thought for a moment. Then he nodded to Lin. "Wait for me at the ship. If I'm not there in 20 minutes, leave without me." "Ambassador," Lin started to argue. 20 minutes, Chen said firmly. Lin pressed her lips together, but nodded. She walked away, looking back once before she turned the corner. Zintek led Chen down a different hall, away from the main rooms. They went through a small door and into a private room. It was much simpler than the great hall. The walls were plain. There was a table with chairs that looked too big for humans. The Emperor was not there. "Where is the Emperor?" Chen asked, suddenly on guard. Zintek closed the door. "He is not coming. I needed to speak with you myself, without him knowing." Chen's hand moved toward the hidden weapon in his jacket. "Why?" "Because I believe you," Zintek said. His voice was almost a whisper. "About the war, about what humans can do." Chen did not move his hand away from his weapon. "Explain." "I have studied Earth for many years," Zintek said. "Your history, your wars, how your people fight when they are pushed too far." The alien scales turned a dark blue, showing worry. "The Emperor thinks humans are weak because you have few warships. But I know better." "What do you want?" Chen asked. Zintek looked around, as if afraid someone might hear. "The Emperor will not back down. He cannot. The Council would see it as weakness. There will be war." "Yes," Chen said. "There will. When it comes," Zintek said, "remember that not all Zaxxeri wanted this fight. Some of us tried to stop it." Chen studied the alien's face. "Are you asking me to spare you when the fighting starts?" "No." Zintek's scales now showed patches of white, the color of truth for Zaxxeri. "I am asking you to spare the common people, the workers, the children. They had no say in this decision." Chen was quiet for a long moment. Then he nodded once. "Earth does not make war on children or those who cannot fight. We never have. But anyone who stands with the Emperor stands against humanity." Zintek reached into his robe and pulled out a small crystal. He handed it to Chen. "This has the defense codes for our home system. It may help you end this war faster, with less death." Chen took the crystal. "Why would you betray your Emperor like this?" "Because I have seen 16 worlds fall to him," Zintek said. 16 cultures destroyed. I will not let him destroy yours too." The advisor moved to the door. "Now go. Your 20 minutes are almost up." Chen slipped the crystal into his pocket and left without another word. As he walked quickly toward his ship, he knew 2 things for sure. First, war was coming. And second, Earth might have allies in places they never expected. The human ship flew away from the Zaxxeri homeworld. It was small compared to the huge Zaxxeri ships that watched it leave. The ship was called Peace Seeker, though that name now felt wrong to Chen. In the main room of the ship, Chen sat with Lin and Captain Rogers. They looked at the small crystal from Advisor Zintek. "It could be a trap," Captain Rogers said. He was an older man with gray hair and many years in space. "The codes on this crystal could set off alarms. Or worse. I don't think so, Chen said. I saw his scales. He was showing the color of truth. Lin frowned. Can we trust what you saw? Zaxeri can control their scale colors if they try hard enough. Chen thought about this. We need to check these codes. But not here. Not now. We must get back to Earth first. Captain Rogers nodded and stood up. We'll be at the jump point in 20 minutes. Then 3 jumps back to Earth. After the captain left, Lin moved closer to Chen. Do you think Earth is really ready for this war? The Zaxeri have so many ships, so many worlds. Chen looked at the stars through the window. We've been getting ready for this day for 10 years, ever since we found out what the Zaxeri did to the Tellarites. The Tellarites? Lin asked. She was younger than Chen and new to her job. They were the aliens who lived on Teller Prime, a peaceful people who made beautiful art and music. The Zaxeri wanted their world for its rich mines. When the Tellarites said no, the Zaxeri killed them all. Every last one. Lin's eyes grew wide. All of them. A whole species. Chen nodded. That's when Earth knew the Zaxeri couldn't be trusted. We signed peace treaties with them, sure. We traded with them. But we also got ready. In secret. A light flashed on the wall. The captain's voice came through the speakers. Ambassador, we're picking up 3 Zaxeri warships moving toward us. Fast. Chen and Lin hurried to the bridge, the front part of the ship where Captain Rogers stood looking at a big screen. 3 red dots were moving toward their green dot. They're not supposed to attack, Lin said. We have diplomatic protection. Chen's face grew hard. The Emperor has made his choice, it seems. Faster than I thought. Captain Rogers looked at Chen. What do we do? Our ship's weapons can't fight 3 warships. Can we outrun them? Chen asked. The captain shook his head. Not to the jump point. They'll catch us before we get there. Chen closed his eyes for a moment. Then he opened them with a new look. He was no longer just a diplomat. Now he was a soldier. Send the black sky message, he told the captain. Captain Rogers' face went pale. Are you sure? Once we send that. The war has already started, Chen said. They made that choice. Send it. The captain pressed some buttons on his screen. A simple message went out, speeding through space faster than light. Black sky. I repeat, black sky. Lin looked confused. What does that mean? It means we've moved from talking to fighting, Chen said. And it means help is coming. As if answering his words, 6 new ships appeared on the screen. They came out of nowhere, jumping in from far away. They were human ships, but not the kind anyone had seen before. They were black and sleek, with no lights showing. They moved between the Peaceseeker and the 3 Zaxeri warships. How? Lin couldn't finish her question. Earth's secret fleet, Chen said. Ships we built far from watching eyes. Ships with weapons the Zaxeri have never seen. On the screen, the human ships moved toward the Zaxeri ships. Chen watched with a mix of sadness and pride. Now, he said quietly, the real war begins. The 6 black human ships moved like shadows between the stars. The peace seekers stayed behind them, protected. Captain Rogers spoke into his radio. This is diplomatic vessel Peace Seeker. Thank you for coming so quickly. A woman's voice answered. This is General Ekaterina Volkov of the Earth Defense Fleet. We've been waiting for your signal, Captain. Chen stepped closer to the radio. General, this is Ambassador Chen. The Zaxeri have chosen war by attacking our ship. What are your orders? My orders come from Earth High Command, General Volkov said. Her voice was strong and sure. We are to get you home safely, and to show the Zaxeri the humans are not as weak as they think. On the big screen, they could see the 3 Zaxeri warships slow down. They had not expected to find 6 human warships waiting for them. They're sending a message, Lin said, looking at a smaller screen. The face of a Zaxeri captain appeared. His scales were dark red with anger. Human ships, you are in Zaxxari space without permission. Move aside and let us take the diplomatic vessel. They have broken our laws. General Volkov's voice was cold when she answered. Your laws do not apply to Earth diplomats. You have no right to attack a diplomatic ship. Turn around now, or we will defend ourselves. The Zaxxari captain's scales turned even darker. You cannot give orders to the mighty Zaxxari Empire. We have hundreds of warships. You have only 6. 6 is all we need, General Volkov said. The Zaxxari captain made an angry sound and cut off the message. On the screen, the 3 large Zaxxari ships moved forward again. Faster now. They're going to attack, Captain Rogers said. Chen watched as the human ships spread out in a fan shape. They were much smaller than the Zaxxari ships, but they moved in ways he had never seen before, quick and smooth. Will our ships be okay? Lin asked, her voice worried. Before Chen could answer, the Zaxxari ships fired. Long beams of red light shot toward the human ships. But at the last second, the black ships moved aside faster than seemed possible. The red beams missed them all. How did they move so fast? Lin gasped. New engines, Chen said, built in secret, faster than anything the Zaxxari have. Now it was the human ship's turn. They did not fire beams. Instead, small bright balls of blue light shot out from them. The balls hit the first Zaxxari ship, but instead of exploding, the blue lights spread over the ship like water. Where they touched, the Zaxxari ship's lights went out. What is happening? Lin asked. Power drain weapons, Chen explained. They don't destroy the ship. They just take away its power. They watched as the first Zaxxari ship went dark. It floated in space, unable to move or fight. The other 2 Zaxxari ships tried to turn away, but it was too late. The human ships were too fast. Soon, all 3 Zaxxari ships drifted in space, dark and quiet. No one died, Lin said, sounding surprised. Chen nodded. That's the Earth way. We don't kill if we don't have to. General Volkov's voice came through the radio again. Ambassador Chen, we'll escort you to the jump point now. Once you're safe, we have other targets to hit. Other targets? Lin asked. Yes, Chen said. The war has started. Our ships will now attack key Zaxxari bases, places with weapons and ships, not places with civilians. As they flew toward the jump point, Chen looked back at the 3 dark Zaxxari ships. Someone would come to save the crews eventually, but by then, they would know something important. Humans were not the easy target they thought. And this war had only just begun. 3 days after Chen left the Zaxxari world, he stood in a big room on Earth. The room was round with a large table in the middle. Around the table sat the leaders of Earth's government. They all looked serious. Ambassador Chen, said President Maria Rodriguez, tell us what happened after you gave the Emperor our message. Chen told them everything. The Emperor's anger, the advisor who helped him, and the attack on their ship. So the war has begun, the President said when he finished. She looked at the other leaders. General Williams, show us where we stand now. A tall man in a dark blue uniform stood up. He touched a button on the table. A big map of space appeared in the air above them. Many dots of light showed different stars and planets. In the 3 days since Ambassador Chen sent the black sky signal, our ships have hit 22 Zaxxari military bases, General Williams said. We've taken down their big space stations at these 5 points. He pointed to red dots on the map. How many ships have we lost? Asked a woman with gray hair. None. Defense Minister, the general said. Our technology is much better than theirs. They can't hit us, and they can't stop our weapons. And how many Zaxxari have died? Chen asked. The general looked at him. Very few. As ordered, we're using power drain weapons and sleep gas in most places. We want to win, not kill. Chen nodded, relieved. He had seen enough death at New Horizon. What about the crystal? President Rodriguez asked. The one the advisor gave you. Chen took out the small crystal. Our tech team says it has real defense codes. They're already using them. General Williams nodded. With these codes, we can shut down the defenses on the Zaxxeri homeworld anytime we want. A thin man with glasses spoke up. But we won't do that yet. We're not ready for a final attack. Science Minister Lee is right, the president said. First, we need to free the worlds the Zaxxeri have taken. Many alien races are slaves to the Empire. We must help them. She looked at Chen. Ambassador, we have a new job for you. We're sending you to Terrace IV. It's a farming world where the Zaxxeri keep many Teresian slaves. Our ships will take control of the planet tomorrow. We want you to talk to the Teresian leaders. What should I tell them? Chen asked. Tell them they're free, the president said. Tell them Earth will help them defend themselves, and ask if they will join us in this fight. Chen thought about this. Do we need their help? It sounds like we're winning easily. General Williams shook his head. For now, yes. But the Zaxxeri have many more ships than we do. They just can't find most of ours because we've hidden them well. Once they know where to look, the war will get harder. We need allies, President Rodriguez said. Many of them. That's where you come in, Ambassador. You're good with people, even alien people. Chen nodded slowly. I'll do my best. When do I leave? In 6 hours, the president said. And Chen, be careful. The Emperor will be looking for you now. You're the face of this war for them. As the meeting ended, Lin walked up to Chen. I heard I'm going with you to Terrace IV, she said. Chen smiled at her. Good. I'll need someone I can trust. They walked out together. Through the windows, they could see the city outside. People were going about their day normally. Most had no idea that a space war had started. Chen hoped it would stay that way, that the war would never reach Earth. But deep down, he knew the Zaxxeri would not give up easily. This was just the beginning of a long fight. And somehow, he had become an important part of it. The human ship landed on Terrace IV under a purple sky. This world was far from Earth, and everything looked strange to Chen. The trees had blue leaves. The grass was orange. In the distance, large fields of crops stretched as far as he could see. Chen and Lin stepped out of their ship. 4 human soldiers came with them. The air smelled sweet, like fruit. Where are all the people? Lin asked, looking around. The landing area was empty. Hiding, probably, Chen said. They don't know if we're friends or more Zaxxeri. They waited by their ship. After a few minutes, a group of aliens came out from behind a building. These were the Teresians. They were shorter than humans, with light green skin and large eyes. They looked thin and tired. One of them walked ahead of the others. He wore simple clothes but walked like a leader. I am Krell, the Teresian said in a voice that sounded like music. Why have you come here? We have nothing left to give. The Zaxxeri have taken everything. Chen stepped forward with his hands open to show he had no weapons. My name is Chen Wei. I come from Earth. We are not here to take from you. We are here to give something back. Krell looked confused. What could you give us? Freedom, Chen said. The Teresians whispered among themselves. Krell's large eyes narrowed. The Zaxxeri would never allow this. They have ruled our world for 40 years. The Zaxxeri forces on this planet have been removed, Chen said. Their ships are gone. Their soldiers have been captured. How is this possible? Krell asked. The Zaxxeri are too strong. Chen smiled. Earth has been fighting the Zaxxeri Empire for 6 days now. We have won every battle. The Teresians still looked unsure. Chen couldn't blame them. After 40 years as slaves, freedom would be hard to believe. Let me show you something, Chen said. He pulled out a small device and touched it. A picture appeared in the air. It showed Zaxxeri ships floating dead in space. Then it showed Zaxxeri soldiers being led away by human soldiers. This happened yesterday, Chen said. Right here, in orbit around your world. Krell's eyes grew wide. More Teresians came out from hiding, watching the pictures. Why would humans help us? Krell asked. We have never met before. Because the Zaxxeri hurt us too, Chen said. They attacked one of our colonies. But more than that, we believe no one should live as slaves. Lin stepped forward and handed Krell a small box. These are weapons for your people, so you can defend yourselves if the Zaxxeri ever come back. Krell opened the box. Inside were small guns, easy to use. You trust us with these? We do, Chen said. And we hope you will trust us. Earth wants to be your friend, not your new ruler. A female Teresian pushed through the crowd. She had marks on her arms from hard work. I don't believe you, she said. No one helps others for nothing. What do you want from us? Chen looked at her. Your help. Not now, but someday. The war with the Zaxxeri has just started. They have many ships and many worlds. Earth cannot fight them alone forever. You want us to fight? Krell asked. We are farmers, not warriors. No, Chen said. But you know this part of space. You know other worlds the Zaxxeri have taken. You could help us talk to them, make more friends. Together, we can be strong. The Teresians talked among themselves again. Then Krell stepped forward. Show us these Zaxxeri you have captured, he said. Let us see their faces. Let us see them as prisoners, not as masters. Then we will talk more. Chen nodded. I will take you to our ship in orbit. You can see everything. As they walked back to the ship, Lin whispered to Chen, Do you think they'll help us? Chen watched Krell walking ahead of them, his back straight for the first time. Yes, he said. They just need to believe that freedom is real. On the Zaxxeri homeworld, Emperor Zaxtol sat on his throne. His scales were dark with anger. Around him, his top soldiers and advisors stood in a half-circle. None wanted to be too close to him. The Emperor had killed 3 advisors yesterday when they brought bad news. Tell me again, the Emperor said in a low, dangerous voice. How many bases have we lost? A tall soldier stepped forward. His armor was dented from battle. 47 bases, Great Emperor, in just 12 days. The Emperor's long claws dug into the arms of his throne. And how many ships? 163 warships disabled or destroyed. Great Emperor. The throne room was silent. No one had ever dealt such a blow to the mighty Zaxxeri Empire before. And the humans, how many of their ships have we destroyed? The Emperor asked. The soldier looked down. None. Great Emperor, we cannot hit them. They move too fast. The Emperor stood up suddenly. Everyone stepped back. This is not possible. Humans are new to space. Their ships were simple and slow just months ago. How did they get such power so quickly? Advisor Zintek stepped forward. Chen's friend in the palace had managed to keep his secret help hidden so far. Great Emperor, it seems the humans were hiding their true strength. They let us see only what they wanted us to see. But why? Asked another advisor. Why hide for so long? To make us underestimate them, Zintek said. It was a clever trick. While we thought they were weak, they were building a strong fleet in secret. The Emperor sat down again. How did we not see this? We have spies everywhere. No one had an answer. The room was quiet again. Finally, the Emperor spoke. Call the Grand Fleet home. All of it. We must protect our core worlds. A young officer looked shocked. But Great Emperor, that would mean leaving our outer colonies without protection. Do you question me? The Emperor roared. His scales turned bright red. No, Great Emperor, the officer said quickly, bowing low. Send this message to all our worlds, the Emperor said. Any alien who helps the humans will be killed, along with their whole family. Any Zaxxeri who surrenders to humans will be marked as a traitor. Zintek spoke again. Great Emperor, perhaps we should try to talk with the humans. Make peace. Peace. The Emperor spat the word like poison. They don't want peace. They want to destroy us. That human, Chen Wei, made that clear. The emperor stood and walked to a large window. Outside, the twin suns of the Zaxari world were setting, making the sky glow red. I want this human, Chen Wei, the emperor said. Bring him to me alive. I will make him watch as we destroy his precious earth. But how will we find him? Asked the soldier. Our reports say he moves from world to world, freeing our slave species. The emperor turned. Use the slave worlds as bait. He will come to one of them. And when he does, we will be waiting. As the advisors and soldiers left to carry out his orders, the emperor called Zintek back. You have been with me for many years, the emperor said. Tell me truly, can we win this war? Zintek was quiet for a moment. The Zaxari Empire has ruled for 300 years. Great emperor, we have faced many enemies. None have beaten us yet. That is not an answer, the emperor said. No, Zintek admitted. It is not. As Zintek left the throne room, he wondered if he should send a warning to Chen. The emperor was setting a trap, but any message might reveal Zintek as a helper to the humans. He would have to be very careful. The war was about to get much worse for everyone. 3 weeks after the war began, Chen sat in a meeting room on the human space station Unity. Around the table sat aliens from 6 different worlds the humans had freed from Zaxari control. Krell from Terrace IV was there. Next to him sat a tall blue alien from Vantis, a water world. There were also representatives from Nox, Peller, Jeroen, and Ceti. Thank you all for coming, Chen said. Earth is glad to have you as friends in this fight. Friends, said the Noxian, a small alien with 4 arms. We are more than friends now. We are allies. Chen smiled. Yes, allies. And together, we have hurt the Zaxari Empire badly. Their ships are hiding. Many of their bases are gone. Lin entered the room and handed Chen a small screen. He read it quickly, and his smile faded. What is wrong? Krell asked. The Zaxari are changing their plan, Chen said. They're pulling their ships back to protect their main worlds. And they've sent a message to all their colonies. Anyone who helps humans will be killed. The aliens looked at each other with worry. That is why we must strike now, said the blue alien from Vantis. While they are weak. Chen shook his head. They're not weak. They're desperate. And desperate enemies are dangerous. What do you suggest? Asked the Polarian, whose skin looked like stone. Chen touched a button on the table. A map of Zaxari space appeared in the air. We need to help more worlds break free. But we must be careful. I think the Emperor is setting traps. Krell leaned forward. My people have friends on Darun. It's here. He pointed to a spot on the map. The Zaxari keep many slaves there to work in the mines. Darun, Chen said thoughtfully. Our scans show only a small Zaxari force there now. Most of their ships have left. We should go there next, Lin suggested. I agree, Chen said, but not with a big fleet. That might be what they're waiting for. We'll go with just 2 ships. The meeting ended, and the aliens left to talk to their own people. Chen stayed behind with Lin. You think it's a trap, don't you? Lin asked. Yes, Chen said, but we still need to go. If there are people who need freedom on Darun, we must help them. Lin looked worried. I've heard stories about Darun. The mines are terrible. Many slaves die there each year. All the more reason to free them, Chen said. As they prepared to leave, General Williams called from Earth. His face appeared on a big screen. Ambassador Chen, we've received a strange message, he said. It came through a secret channel. It says, don't go to Darun. Emperor waiting. Chen's eyes widened. Zintek, he whispered. What? The general asked. The advisor who helped me on the Zaxari world, Chen explained. He must have sent this warning. Then you can't go to Darun, the general said. It's too dangerous. Chen thought for a moment. No, we must go. But now we can be ready for the trap. What are you planning? General Williams asked. Chen smiled. The Emperor wants to catch me. Let's let him think he has. After the call ended, Lin looked at Chen with worry. You want to be bait? That's too risky. Sometimes the best way to beat a trap is to spring it on purpose, Chen said. Call Captain Rogers. We need the Peace Seeker ready in 1 hour. And what about the people on Darun? Lin asked. The slaves in the mines. Chen's face grew serious. We'll free them. That's a promise. But we'll also use this chance to bring the Emperor out of hiding. As they walked to prepare the ship, Chen knew this would be the most dangerous mission yet. But if it worked, they might be able to end the war sooner, with fewer lives lost. The Peace Seeker landed on Darun under dark clouds. The planet looked sad and empty. Large holes in the ground showed where the mines were. The air smelled bad from the mining work. Chen, Lin, and 4 soldiers stepped out of their ship. They wore simple clothes, not their usual Earth uniforms. They wanted to look like traders, not diplomats. Stay alert, Chen whispered. The trap could be anywhere. They walked toward a group of buildings. No one came to meet them. The place seemed empty. I don't like this, Lin said. Where are all the workers? The slaves. Before Chen could answer, a loud noise filled the air. 5 Zaxxeri ships appeared in the sky. They had been hiding behind the clouds. The ships landed around the Peace Seeker, blocking any escape. There's the trap, Chen said calmly. Right on time. Zaxxeri soldiers ran out of the ships, their weapons pointed at the humans. Behind them walked a tall Zaxxeri in fancy clothes. It was the Emperor himself, Zax Tull. Ambassador Chen Wei, the Emperor said, his voice full of hate. Finally, you are mine. Chen stepped forward. Emperor Zax Tull, you came all this way just for me. I'm honored. The Emperor's scales turned red with anger. You have caused me much trouble, human. Your ships have attacked my empire. Your words have turned my slaves against me. They are not slaves anymore, Chen said. They are free people now. The Emperor laughed. It was an ugly sound. Free? No one is free. There are only the strong who rule and the weak who serve. He pointed at Chen. And you are now among the weak. Zaxxeri soldiers moved closer, surrounding the small group of humans. Where is the rest of your team? The Emperor asked. Where are your ships? Did you really come with just one small vessel? Chen smiled. Sometimes one is all you need. The Emperor looked confused for a moment. Then his face changed as he understood. This is a trap. For me. As if answering his words, 20 human ships appeared in the sky. They had been hiding, waiting for the Emperor to show himself. The Emperor looked up, his scales turning pale. How did you know I would come? You're too proud to send someone else, Chen said. You wanted to catch me yourself. He took a small device from his pocket. And now Earth's fleet has you. The Emperor raised his weapon. I will kill you before they can land. I wouldn't do that, Chen said. He pointed to the sky behind the Emperor. The Emperor turned and saw Advisor Zintek walking out of one of the human ships that had just landed. Behind him came hundreds of aliens, the slaves from the mines. They had been rescued earlier that day. Zintek, the Emperor said, shocked. You betrayed me. I chose freedom over tyranny, Zintek said, just as all your empire is doing now. The Emperor looked around. His soldiers were lowering their weapons as more human ships landed. He was trapped. It's over, Emperor, Chen said. The war ends today. Here. The Emperor's proud shoulders fell. His bright scales turned dull gray. What happens now? Now we talk about peace, Chen said. Real peace this time. Your empire will end, but your people can live free, just like all the others. The Emperor looked at Chen with new eyes. You could destroy us all. Why don't you? Because that's not who we are, Chen said. Humans fight when we must, but we prefer peace. As human soldiers led the emperor away, Lin came to stand beside Chen. "Is it really over?" she asked. Just like that. Chen looked up at the sky. The dark clouds were breaking, and light was coming through. "The fighting is over," he said, "but building a new peace will take much longer." Around them, the freed slaves were cheering. Some were crying with joy. Others were hugging the human soldiers who had rescued them. "1 month ago, I was just a diplomat," Chen said quietly. "Now I've helped end an empire and free billions of people." Lin smiled at him. "And now comes the hard part, making sure everyone stays free." Chen nodded. As they walked back to their ship, he looked at all the aliens working together, humans, Teresians, and even some Zaxari who had chosen freedom. He had started with a declaration of war. Now he would help build a lasting peace.